This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Dinisco, with its vast numbers of soldiers and mercenaries, expands effortlessly into the Northern Territories. Dorado is commended for his heroics in battle and awarded a promotion, but Areus fails to gain an opportunity to exact his revenge. The Diniscal forces soon discover the family of the rebel, Prince Luke, in the forest outside Libidum. Dorado is dispatched to dispose of them. Areus, with his companions in tow, hurriedly rushes home, but it is too late. He watches helplessly as the last of his family is executed before him. In stark contrast to Areus, who had lost everything, Dorado is rewarded with an audience with Baelor and rises further in rank. Now, as the Empire's troops send the continent spiraling further into chaos, these two former friends find themselves more apart than ever before.
Celine, I'm sorry, it's over. I'm going solo from here on. Why? You're not going to take revenge on Malzova, are you? That little worm doesn't interest me. My enemy is Baelor. You can't expect to beat him on your own. You'd just be throwing your life away. That is right, Areus. Facing Baelor and his armies on your own would be a foolish decision. Enough. This has been my sole purpose since the very beginning. I don't need anyone's help. It was because of me that my mother and brother are dead. I will stand before Baelor and face him one-on-one. I would even sacrifice my life just to see him dead. I must improve my abilities enough so I am able to face him alone. And therefore, I will go on alone. How can you say that after all we've been through? I promised my mother and brother that I would make this world a just place, without hate and prejudice. Dinisco says the same, but we all know it to be lies. I have to put an end to Baelor so that I can keep my promise. A just place, without hate and prejudice. You? How does one, such as you, expect to make such a place when you cannot even make peace with yourself? What are you saying? Your heart and soul are drenched in shadows. You have no feelings, no empathy for others. You only invite distrust and trepidation. If you cannot understand the feeling and empathize with the ones you are trying to free, it is impossible for you to change anything. Your version of freedom would not be all that different from Baelor's. I'm being told this by you? It's absurd. Celine, I think you may have went too far. I just said the truth that anyone could see, and if you still choose to continue down the self-destructive path, go ahead and do so. I will. I don't need to listen to your self-righteous drivel. Goodbye. Well. Areus, how are you? Master Darkin. Has something happened? I don't want to pry, Areus, but if you still have your purpose in sight, you should go to the Adventurers Guild. I still need a people like you. No matter what happens, stand tall and firm. Do not fall into despair. And then, I shall see you again. Well, greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with more Trinity Souls of Zill. In the previous episode, Areus unfortunately saw his mother and brother killed right before his eyes. And now, in a fit of angering anguish, he has also cast away his former companions and friends to go on this quest. Let's do what Master Darkin asked of us and go to the Adventurers Guild. Oh, that's it? Hey, you said to go to the Adventurers Guild. Nothing happened. You lied, Darkin. You lied! Okay, anyway. Now let's see if there's any been changes. I assume there's going to be a lot. Probably. I'll try to do it, a bit of, like, some talking and some adventures so I don't completely take up all of your time. Or waste your time. Alright, looks like we got some more scrolls. A ranged scroll and a defensive scroll. So those will be nice for later. Alright, do that. And let's see what the tavern people have to say before I go. Have you been to the island north of this town? You're talking about that creepy island, right? No way. I don't even want to go near it. I think you should stay away from there. Huh. Well, apparently we'll go there at some point, because they said so. This looks like a really comfortable town to live in. The markets offer pretty much everything, and there's no threat of invasion. Ah, this town is what it is today, thanks to previous generations that built it. You should be grateful to the gossipy people. Sorry, just ate. Did you hear about Namiya? He and his friends apparently saved a woman from a demon summoned by the Dynascal Chancellor. She must have been terrified of seeing a demon. Let's hope she recovers. Worried man. Did you hear? The son of Lu, the Prince of... or Lug, I guess is how they pronounce it in the game. The Prince of Light was found. It's been about 20 years since Lug was executed, but they never gave up looking for him. Lug's wife was also executed by the Dynascal army 20 years ago for his crimes. I had no idea. The anti-Baylor people are sure to be upset by this. What anti-Baylor people? Let's see if there's anything in the arena. Nope. We have yet to do the giant cup, although I'd probably be able to do that one here pretty soon. With although I'll have to, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to. I'll have to wait till my party gets back together, because they're gonna get back together, because at the beginning of the game, you showed us what the final scenes like, or one of the final scenes are like. You basically ruined it for us. There's no drama, at least for the main, well, okay, any side characters that weren't in the main scene, you can only guess that they'll either be, you know, depressed or gone or dead, you know, so I have to do that one at some point. I guess we're just gonna kind of just travel around until some plot happens, I guess. There have been Dynascal soldiers sneaking around the forest outside of Liberdom recently. Even for a rumor, it's very disturbing. You don't say. Oh, I remember that blacksmith I was talking about. Oh, oh, remember that blacksmith I talked about earlier? I wonder if they found him. Who knows? It seems he went out to find his friend, but ended up getting lost himself. There must be jobs to the Adventurers Guild for their rescue by now. You there, are you alone? An adventurer? Huh, there's a rescue quest down on the quest board. Huh. The rumors are fine if you leave them be. I want nothing to do with it. We'll be leaving now. My partner isn't really motivated for this quest, but you might want to try. I think it's something one person can handle. The Dwarf Kingdom it is, then. So is there actually a quest for that, or is that... Okay, so I have to go to the Dwarf Kingdom for that. Alright. I'm just seeing if there's any random conversations that pop up. Probably not until the group gets back together, I assume. But I could be wrong. Travelers. To get to Liberdom from a stroll, you have to take a detour around the Dragon's Boneyard. There are some adventurers who try to cut across the desert, thinking that a detour would take too much time. That can't be a good idea. I heard that there are tornadoes that tear through them there constantly. Only a confident and skilled adventurer could make it through that alive. It is, after all, the most direct route. Talk about rubbing sand in the wound. There have been sightings of Dynascal troops near Liberdom. Wonder what they're doing there. Oh, who knows? It's Dynascal, so you can bet they're up to no good. Adventure. Did you hear? Namiya's party defeated Dynascal's mercenaries. Really? You know, we've been hearing about Namiya's exploits almost every day lately. Maybe he's the hero of this game, we didn't realize it. Namiya's got Kiranuye, and also known as Quicksilver Doe, and Reg, the Sword Saint, accompanying him. So he's got his own party of 3. 3 seems to be a big theme here. Is there someone else? I don't know what you're talking about. I envy how they travel across the continent in their small group, making a name for themselves. Well, apparently we haven't done enough to make our name for ourselves. Only they have. Let's see, Aquarius doesn't have a tavern, but it might have a story unlocked, maybe. Although I probably should just go straight to the story, just because of like I said, I doubt anything would unlock without doing it. But I'll make my rounds just to before I go. Arneton. Let's see, you got anything here? What? You lied to me. Oh wait, they didn't tell me anything. Alright, let's check the tavern here. I guess I'll just check the tavern for now. Owner and patron. Hey, I almost forgot to tell you, I'm going on a pilgrimage to the Sacred Mountain Tour, the home of our beloved Sky God. That's great news. Be careful, though. I heard that there's a lot of monsters sightings around there. I'll be okay. I have some skilled adventurers coming along to protect me. I see. If that's the case, you should sneak a peek at the throne of the War God located at the summit. It's been there for ages, but no one knows who actually made it. You should take a look if you're interested in historical ruins. Ruins. Drunken dwarf. Oh, there may be battles being fought here and there, but I don't care so long as I've got plenty of ale and adventure. That's not a bad lifestyle, but I'm not going to serve you any more drinks if you keep drinking like that. What kind of attitude is that? You should be grateful I can even come here at all. I know how you feel, but you can't be drunk if something were to happen. You need to take better care of yourself. Huh. Mercenaries. The Dynasty Empire's forces are doing something in the east. They're not going to start wars throughout the continent, are they? I use my magic skills as a mercenary, but I prefer not to fight if possible. Well, what's the point of being a wizard, being able to throw fireballs and crap if you can't actually do anything with it? I'm surprised he still comes here after what happened, you know what I mean? He's like, why is my body forcing me to go here? No, all the pain and hurt. Ooh. Father, what should I do in order to allow my predictions to come true? Have I ever possessed the abilities to load Zophar? Unfortunately, you do not possess that level of innate ability. I'm afraid there's nothing you can do to change that. Besides, being able to predict the future is not always a good thing. There are many hardships as well. Take load Zophar, for example. Imagine being faced with a destiny you can't change. Knowing a loved one will meet with tragedy. Even if you see it, you are unable to change it. I suppose you're right. I simply do not possess the fortitude to see such predictions through. Perhaps I should be content with the ability I have now. Ah, that was random piece of trivia. Citizens.
The Dynasty Empire is a powerful state that controls the northern part of this continent. I'm proud to have been born here. Sure, the king might be acting a little aggressive, but it's all in the name of protecting our state. ...
He's just like, I can't believe people talk like that. You know that forest south of here? I went there once and got lost. It's a very strange place.
I believe that's called the Sage's Forest. Heard that the forest chooses who it wants to enter. It must have been rejected.
But yeah, with the Dynasty army in? What? Tourist. You know, rumors. Not all rumors are true.
This town has prospered, has prospered and enjoyed being the capital since the times of the first king of the Holy Kingdom. Do you know why? There's a tower called the Mage's Tower, which we aren't allowed to go near. The capital has always been established around this tower in order to monitor whatever is sealed in there.
That sounds very scary. Whatever's in there won't cause any harm. Otherwise, this town won't be so prosperous. I'm sure it's safe. Adventurers. I really blew it. Just when I thought I defeated the master of the cave, a monster attacked me from behind.
You need to be more careful. You always need to make sure all monsters are taken care of when you go on an adventure. You'll always remember that wherever there's a master, there's bound to be lots of monsters nearby.
Thanks, game. Even though we've... Oh, actually, no, I didn't even check the army. They probably have nothing going on. Areus, how are you feeling? Same as always. Glad to hear it. In that case, I want you to help me with something. And what is it? I've got my own unit to lead now, and I'm spending more time in battle. I need to polish my skills to set a good example. The monsters in the Holite mine, no matter how many you kill, they just seem to come back, right? So I was thinking, it would be a good place to improve my skills. 2 birds, 1 stone, eh? You never change, do you? Never satisfied with yourself. Of course not. After all, everyone expects the leader to be the strongest, right? So, what about it? Will you help me out? I didn't know there was a mission to help Dorado out. That's funny. So you'll come? Great! I feel a lot better knowing you're there with me. I'm not doing it for you. I need to brush up on my sword skills myself. What's wrong? You're embarrassed? I'm only joking. Anyway, I'll meet you at the Holite mine. Make sure you're good and ready. Self-improvement. Ooh, officer. We didn't get much from the other day's march, but we'll find that weapon we're looking for soon. There was that officer you reported that there was an officer reported it was looking at the Sacred Mountain, but it turned out to be false. Executing him for that may have been harsh, but his false report caused a lot of trouble. False reports won't go unpunished. I will not forget this. How about the soldiers? Ugh. Dorado's unit apparently captured and executed a rebel who had been on the run for 20 years. He is the best example of how an officer of the regular army should perform. I have much respect for him. So we got 2 missions. Do we have to go to the Dwarven Kingdom and go to the Holite Mine with that? So we'll probably do that just because it's. Although I would like to get some plot out of the way. Well, I doubt the mission will just disappear all of a sudden. Well, who knows? Wait, what? Oh, that quest disappeared. Gotcha. That's fine. Second, I thought it said I'd completed. I'm like, what? I didn't even do that. I'm like, oh, right. Citizens.
The number of people in Rosen who support Baylor is increasing. so many people against him not too long ago. Dindascale is big, that's why. I don't blame those people for wanting to get on their good side. Travelers. Is it true that Dindascale army was seen heading towards the Forgotten Forest near Riverdale? You heard right. They apparently found the person who rebelled against Baylor 20 years ago. You mean they say they kept looking for 20 years? Who knew that Dindascale could be so vengeful? Murmuring citizens. Have you heard of the anti-Dindascale party run by Namiya? He's been doing a lot lately. Yeah, I seem to hear about him wherever I go lately. They apparently had a brush with the Dindascale army recently. Really? I had no idea. It'd be nice if he came and freed Rosa from Dindascale. I don't know about that. That's not going to happen while King Helob is still a puppet of Dindascale. How about the fortune teller? What do you got to say? Tell me the future! Men talk, the mind taker! You're there. You've got some nice eyes. Here, let me see your fortune. Or let me tell you your fortune. Quit being creepy, old man. Interesting. A life even I can't read. It's the first time that has happened to me before. Yeah, you never get fortune tellers right in fantasy because, you know, it's like, oh, you can predict the future. Can you predict the end? I'm like, yeah, we could, but then that would ruin the surprise, and then there goes all the drama and suspense, you know. That's why you shouldn't have worlds with you know, fortune with actual fortune tellers, the ones that can actually predict the future, because then they're always vague and, you know, and then they like playing the pronoun game and crap like that. And you're like, oh. Anyway. Historians. Although Ulu, the shrine maiden of the fire god, sealed away the magical powers, she left a magical weapon for defensive purposes. I think those are the magma golems. They're the perfect fit for this volcanic region. No one's gonna attack Ulkarn as long as they're here. Yeah, speak of the devil. The horns of the Kansu are believed to have great healing power. Because of this, they've almost been hunted to extinction by humans. The chief here is a Kansu. I bet he's faced a lot of hardships during his time. Mage. There's still a lot of fascinating research documents on the magical weapon in this town. No wonder they're considered to be the legacy of Lapis. Yeah, I'm really glad I came here to see them. I'll expand on this research and accomplish something just as great as the magical weapons. Alright, how about the Gossipers? Shoot, the Dindascale army is marching towards Sacred Mountain Tour, right? They won't be coming to Fire Dragon Mountain, will they? Who knows? It won't hurt to be prepared. I guess we'll be able to test my new magical techniques on them if they come. And then he gets like shot by an arrow or a gun or something like that. Alright, we need to go to the Dwarven Kingdom, but let's travel with Dorado and help him out with his little thing. You know, we'll get some action in this episode. And maybe we'll get a bit of plot later on. He's wearing his old armor. What are you wearing? Huh? Oh, why am I dressed like this? Well, this is no place for an officer. I'm coming here strictly at my own time, as a warrior, not a soldier. If my actions were taken as representing the army, I could catch some heat. You know what I mean. Yeah, so that's how it is. Well, that suits me fine. Let's go. Ha! Just like old times. Alright. And what do? I'm gonna ignore all the monsters. Just gonna run on through to the other side. Actually, did I? Okay. For some reason I thought I had unlocked like a new class or something like that. The reason I think that is because I'm getting my new scrolls. Hey, now, stop it. Stop it. So, yeah, I can just skip everything until I get to the third area. Actually, now that makes me wonder if like, at some point when Dagna and Celine join the party again, which they will, we all know they will, like, would this quest just disappear, or would they be with you, or would it be one of those missions that would be there, they would just not be allowed to go, you know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of wish these plots that had, like, you know, story-based, like, running around levels, I kind of wish there was more dialogue with the characters, like, interacting with each other instead of, like, during it, so that way you don't have to waste as much money on the cutscenes being so long. You know, you can be like, oh, they did a lot of their talking during the fighting, or something like that. I don't know, I'm starting to, as much as a fan I am of cutscenes, I've been more of a fan of, like, you know, using gaming to change how you tell a story and interactivity. Games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff like that. Or, you know, games are able to, like, convey, like, conversation. Kind of like BioShock and the audio cassettes and stuff like that, where you can listen to it while walking around, so you could hear bits of the story while you're still playing the game. Finding ways to use the medium, as it were. But yeah, hopefully someday we'll be able to perfect what gaming can be as a storytelling medium. Or if you just want to jump on some turtles, you can still do that. I am all fan for jumping on turtles and fat Italian plumbers. Woohoo! Right. Dorado's like, let's fight everything we come across, and Areus is like, no, I got a time to keep. Only 20 minutes. What are you talking about? We have all the time in the world. Nope, must get there quickly. Alright, so we need to... Nope. Just need to flip it to switch. And put the password. That's what would I? What if I'm supposed to... Ah, who did that? Maybe I have to flip that bridge over there and get to that little area that I didn't get to last time I was here. I will find out. Because we know it's in this area. God, those scorpions are annoying as all heck. Stop it! And they always like have perfect aim, Like I have trouble just aiming for that, and that's just playing the game, Yeah. Oh my freaking goodness! Yeah, I want to say something else, but holy crap! All right. I'll do it. Yeesh. Oh, that's right. It's not a cutscene. It's a freaking. I forgot about that. Stop! Freaking thank you. Good Lord. Yeah, I completely forgot that that's not a cutscene when you flip that switch. So I was like, why am I getting hurt? I'm like, oh right, you piece of joyous flimsy flam. Well, I'll go to the exit first, just to see if... Ah, come on, game, stop. Stop hitting me. I want to run! I want to break out through! Did I get knocked over? Oh, I got freaking petrified, huh? Man, I'm gonna be wasting a lot of these today, aren't I? Just because, by myself and my AI won't help me. Oh, here we go. This gotta be it. This guy's nice, I think it is. Oh, no, not ice. Alright. Huh, but he froze me, but he got fired. That's weird that doesn't work. Man, I'm actually getting hurt quite badly. Am I supposed to be a higher level? Or do I just suck with Areus? Actually, now that I think about it, I need to upgrade some skills. Because I got those two, this one will extend my defense. Maybe that'll help me a bit. Who knows, right? These are one of those guys like you can't for whatever reason you can't lock on to. Then we got to go to the arena just to get some freebie. Actually, I have plenty of money. Are you? What the heck? Stop! This guy does so much damage. What in the living heck? Well, now it works. What the heck? Yeah, well, whatever. Fingers can be choosing. I could swear I'd thrown fire at it and it didn't work. Maybe it's based off the ability he uses? I don't know this. I really don't. Because when I did it during that beam, maybe you have to hit him in the eye. I don't know. Maybe that's it. What's with the inconsistency, game? I don't know. Maybe I just suck. Thanks to you, I got some fine training. Let's do this again sometime, eh? Why don't you just go on your own? Ah, come on. Battling alongside you is the greatest training as far as I'm concerned. Just watching you in action makes me feel like I can accomplish anything. I really rely on you. The only person you can rely on is yourself. I know you feel the same way. Areus. You're right. If you want to survive in battle, you have to be strong. But the best way to get strong is to find a good companions that you trust and respect. Isn't that true? I wish I saw things as simply as you do. Really? Well, I'll take that as a compliment. But I think you're too cynical. Oh, that was actual, like, bestiary thing, huh? Alright then. Let's get out of here. Scroll of returning. Boots of escaping. Oh, we just get it, huh? Nice. Alright. Even though I should finish the episode, I'm gonna go to the Dwarven Kingdom and see if we can unlock that next story. There we go. Angladon. Well, if it isn't Areus. Something seems different about you. It's just your imagination. Ah, you can't fool me. I know all too well that look you have. I can see it in your eyes. What do you mean? Long ago, when I was a mercenary in Areus, I was fighting against Baelor's troops. It was like fighting against an old friend. I wasn't able to fight the best of my ability, and a momentary hesitation almost cost me my life. But someone sacrificed themselves to save me. Someone important. Someone I loved. So you too had someone important die in your place. I knew we weren't so different. Even though it had been such a long time, I still can't bear to set foot in Areus. But one thing I have promised myself is that the life given for me would not be wasted. I will do whatever I can. It takes time for wounds to heal. One should take time to think things through clearly. Well then, I must be going. If you ever come to Arneton, I'll be sure to buy you a drink in the tavern. Ah, good to see you, Areus. There's a quest here available. Are you able to take it? Yes. You don't seem like your normal cocky self. Where are your two friends? None of your concern. It's a personal matter. Well, alright. I won't pry then. Now the quest is from the blacksmith here. He wants you to go find his friend who went out to the mines for stones. Apparently he was one to get lazy when he gets hungry. He's supposed to be in the Zegna mine. Ooh, a new place. Another underground cavern. Woo! Should be a rather simple job for you. How about it, Areus? Fine, I'll do it. But why don't you seem like you use yourself? I'm sure you'll get the job done. Good luck. Dwarf Human Rescue. Alright. It seems like there's no jobs going on right now because of the... Which, I'd rather do it with the other companions anyway, so... Alright, let's talk to the other patron before we go. Ah, the ale here tastes great. Whatever made it must have been a genius! I appreciate your kind words. It took me many years to make it. I thought so. No one compares to the high standards you dwarves achieve. I salute you. Alright. So. Here we go. Zegnamites? Is that how you pronounce it? Zegnamites. Alright. So, in the next episode, Trinity, Souls of Zill, we'll go to the Zegna mines, save this dwarf, and perhaps put our mind back together and figure out what to do next. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.